What's up everyone, Puryanik here, and Bitcoin finally back above the $94,000. As I'm already mentioned on the previous video, if we see the Bitcoin break above the 89,000 and hold above it, definitely can come and retest this resistance, and this resistance is a top of my green box. Such a nice try for a Bitcoin, and if we checking on the daily time frame, we can see the opening and closing above the top band, and this means the continuation. But temporary, maybe we can get some reject around this area, and if we get rejected around this area, still 92,500 is a nearest support for a Bitcoin, and if we break down the 92,500, still $89,000 right now acting as a very strong support. I'm already mentioned in this channel multiple times, if you want to see the mega bullish for a Bitcoin have to break above this descending resistance, and after we break above that, we get the sideways action for 10 days, then finally Bitcoin is break above it. And I'm not going to be surprising to see the Bitcoin a little bit get the sell off from here, because nice ride for a Bitcoin, and after pump definitely we can see the dump, but this dump is not means maybe we can come back again around $80,000 or $70,000. We have a multiple support around 92,000 and especially around 89,500. But right now, such a nice try for a Bitcoin, and this is for me is look like a continuation. And if we get a temporary dump, maybe gonna be rebuy back for a Bitcoin, and I'm not gonna be surprising to see the Bitcoin break above the $94,000 soon or later. If we checking the MACD on the daily time frame, we can see the histogram already gaining, and we don't have any cross between the MACD, and we already come back to the baseline, and this is very good point for a Bitcoin. And I'm still bullish on the Bitcoin. I'm already repeating on this channel, especially as soon as the Bitcoin hold above the 80,000, I'm still positive on the market, and we can see the result right now. Anyhow, we can see the mid band of the BBS standing around here, around 84,000, and we can see the SAR indicator also printing from the low. So maybe we get some rejected here, and anyhow we breaking down the 89,500. Still we have a support around 87,000, and we have a support around $85,000. And if we get a rejected from here, the mid band can rise a little bit, and maybe gonna be very good opportunity for who missing this rally right now. Maybe those support is good for a rebuy back the Bitcoin. On the weekly time frame also, we can see the mid band of the BBS standing around 92,200. That's why the nearest support for a Bitcoin for the current price is still around 92,200, 92,500. And on the weekly time frame, look like a W pattern, and this W pattern, if we break above the 94,000, definitely we can see the 100,000, 104,000 again. At the same time, we can see the SAR indicator on the weekly time frame is standing around $100,000 approximately. MACD on the weekly time frame, as I'm already mentioned on the previous video, this is very similar to what happened here around October 2024, and histogram already changing the color, and we are above the baseline. And if we get the cross on the MACD, definitely we can rise up, and I'm not going to be surprising to see the new high for a Bitcoin, because the weekly time frame is very strong, and we have a very nice pump from the $74,000 and already $20,000 pump from the low, and this rally can be continue after we break above the $94,000. And this bullish divergence already play out nicely, and from my view still Bitcoin can continue on the higher time frame, but maybe on the lower time frame maybe we can get some sales or reject from here. But on the weekly, I'm still positive for a Bitcoin. I'm looking for a Bitcoin to break above the 94,000, and moon time again for a Bitcoin. Let's quickly check in the Ethereum and see what's going on Ethereum. But before I start in the Ethereum, I'm still personally trading on a Bybit, and currently I'm using the Bitunix Exchange, which is that a non-KYC exchange. If you are still looking for an exchange and you have a problem with the verification, you can use in the CryptoZone link, and we have a best campaign for CryptoZone on Bitunix Exchange. At the same time, if you are still don't have a Bybit account, you don't have a problem for a verification, Bybit one of the best exchange in the world, and I'm very comfortable with the Bybit and Bitunix. That's why I'm sharing with you guys. So link in description and pin on the comment. Let's jump to Ethereum and see what's going on Ethereum. Ethereum also on the weekly time frame, such a nice bounce from the 1400, but right now Ethereum is still below the 1900, and for me it's very important Ethereum take over the 1900, then yes, we can come back, retest the 2000, 2200 and 2500. And on the weekly time frame we can see the mid band of the BB is standing around 2500. At the same time, SAR indicator also is standing around this area. MACD on the weekly time frame also histogram is changing, and very soon maybe we can get a cross. If Ethereum break above the 1900, we can see the cross. After that, we are not so far for retesting the 2000 or $2,500 again. On the daily time frame, Ethereum already come and retest the top band, and we can see the mid band is standing around 1600, and low band and the SAR indicator is still standing around $1,400. And if we get the rejected from here, or maybe we can try to retest the $1,900 first, and if we get the rejected from here on the or on the resistance around 1900, still we have a support around 1680. If Bitcoin continue to rise up, definitely we can see the Ethereum also can continue. But right now for me it's very important Ethereum take over the $1900 first. At the same time, we can see the MACD on the daily time frame histogram is super green, and we don't have any cross, but the MACD is still below the baseline. Baseline for me is $1900, and if we see the Ethereum break above, come and retest this area, yes, we can see the 2000, 2200 and $2,500 again, or maybe we can back again to this box around $2,800. But right now it's important take over the $1900. Anyhow, if we get the rejected from here or higher, still we have a support around 1650 or around $1600. Let's check the Solana and see what's going on the Solana. Solana on the daily time frame, such a nice bounce, and we already break above the 146. I'm already mentioned on the previous video the nearest support for Solana 130, 135, and right now we can see the Solana on the daily time frame break above, then come and retest. Then this is look like a continuation for me, but we can see the Solana on the daily time frame already retesting the top band of the BB, but at the same time mid band of the BB is still standing around 127, and the low band is still around $101. We can see the MACD on the daily time frame histogram is green, and we don't see any cross, and we are higher than the baseline. As soon as the Solana hold above the 145, 146, I'm not going to be surprising to see the Solana back above this support and retesting the 168. And if we break above the 168, 185 and $200 is still on the table. But for me it's very important Solana hold above the 146, otherwise it's still 130, 135 on the table. So this is all about today, my friend. Hope this video is helping you, and thank you very much to supporting my channel. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking about the market, and are you long or are you short? Are you win or are you lost? And if you're still looking for a Bybit or a Bitunix Exchange, link in description and pin on the comment. All the best for you, and see you on the next video.